Waterfall.
What'd you just say?
Waterfall.
That's not possible. Who is this?
Who are you?
Nope. Not falling for that. You alone?
I'm alone.
That's a lie.
Fuck you.
Getting testy? Good. Now we're getting somewhere. If you're straight with me, our conversation continues. And believe me, I'm someone you want on your side. I know things. Things you're not gonna get from any other source. I need to know, though, that you're above board. We both want answers, but mine come first. Okay. I believe you're alone. And I'm pretty sure I know who you are. What I'm most curious about is how you found this station and why you said waterfall.
You think you know who I am? All right. Tell me. Hold that thought.
Okay, take care of your business. I'll wait.
All right, go on.
All right, let's get back to it. Okay, fine. I'll play along. I suspect you're the one I'm hearing all the radio chatter about. The drifter? The one they call the tourist?
You're right.
You come up with that?
Folks in the bayou called me tourist. Guess they thought I didn't belong there. Was catchy though, so I decided to roll with it.
Yeah, I'll admit it is. And your reputation precedes you. Now let's get back to Waterfall.
I came across a journal. Belonged to a soldier. This frequency, Waterfall, New Orleans, written in it.
Does anyone else know about it?
An old-timer named Henri. He's dead. No clue about anyone else.
Fuck. Okay, shit. Sorry, okay. I got what I need for now. I know you're telling the truth. Just remember, I've got ears everywhere. I hear it all. From every angle, okay? Nothing gets past me.
Now, I get it. You're paranoid with really big supersonic ears. A great combination.
I'm cautious and I'm resourceful. Don't forget it. Your turn. Keep it brief. I got shit to do.
I came to NOLA to meet up with an old-timer.
No, look, I don't know anything about it.
The old man had an...
I'm telling...
Henri was onto something.
I told you. The fuck was that? They coming for you? Shit.
There's something going on over here.
Fuck.
2 more exiles wandering around the northwest corridor today. Was able to get them to safety, get them supplies for a few days. They said it's getting ruthless on the other side of the tower wall. More people exiled every week. We are making a difference out here. But if this pace keeps up, I just don't know. We're going to need more help, more intel to stay one step ahead of the bastards. The mud-slinging posters with my face plastered on them are not helping the situation. Umbra rips them down whenever she sees one, but they are everywhere, as I'm sure you've noticed. I know you want to simplify our system for the tower cache raids, but we need to keep to the shadows. The Sinclair casket and the lantern is working, so we might as well stick with it. Lantern on when there's something for you, off when there's something for me. This way, I can keep my distance, see what's up until I know it's clear. As usual, our resident Picasso has provided a sketch to guide you to the next tower cache. I know I'm biased. The kid's got ability, right? Maybe you can sit for a portrait one day. Umbra would love that. Same deal with the cache. Supplies are yours. The intel you drop off to me. Be safe. May.
We cannot be afraid to ignite our passions, even in the midst of the nightmare. No. It is precisely then, when the nightmare's claws are digging into the thin flesh of our fading hope, that we must defy the nightmare and live. Truly live. And make no mistake, what are beasts? What flickers in the mind's eye when you hear the word? I would wager that most of you visualize the dead that now walk among us. Those vacant eyes, clouded over. Those devouring mouths, always slack. And the smell, yeah, that probably comes to mind too. Rot. Some of you may conjure up a beast of the field, a bull or a swine, wishing their finest cuts were upon your plate. Fewer still might consider the beast of the wild, a black bear wading across a stream, a nasty swamp gator more than a century old, drifting through the bayou, searching, hungry for a critter with warm blood to sink her teeth into. The nature of the beast is not what I'm asking you to contemplate. What I encourage you to mull over for the moment is what beasts all have in common. Big, small.
This is different. Niño.
Tower. Ruined me. I just found my sister and she hasn't eaten in a week. Do you have any food I can bring to her? I'm begging you. Just a couple of bites. Thank you. From the bottom of our hearts. I want you to have this.
Are we having that one now?
Now is not the time to be selfish. Now is the time to commit to a community, to be part of something. Our vision for the future is rooted in hope. It ensures a future for humanity. Cast despair aside. There is no point in clinging to it. Do not commit to isolation. Dedicate yourself to a grander purpose. And you will not be alone. Trust in us to guide you. And we will put our trust in you. Within our walls, you will be safe. Within our walls, your needs will be met. Within our walls, life goes on. The tower will always stand. Mama.
Rising locust. It's a guide, not a box. Just punched me monitor. Nope, the door frame.
precisely then when the nightmare's claws are digging into the thin flesh of our fading hope that we must defy the nightmare and live. Truly live. And make no mistake, mere survival is not living. Scrounging for crumbs like a timid field mouse, begging some simpleton who bumbled her way into the role of heartless dictator for guidance? Not me. I choose to embrace everything that makes me human. I choose to carve my own way through this new world. I am not a lowly animal. I should not be acting like one. Humor me for a moment while I recount an old Bayou legend. Many of you listening will no doubt recall the campfire tale of Charlie Boy, who met his end at the hands of the Sukiyong over Chill Swamp. But a lesser-known Charlie Boy tale is what I will regale you with now. As a youth, Charlie Boy was not one to adhere to rules. In fact, you could say the young lad was a bit of a miscreant. Thieving, vandalizing, terrorizing. Mischief was in his blood. And mischief is what made the man. On a sweltering summer's eve, one of those Nola nights when the air was so thick and hot a dragonfly could barely get airborne, Charlie Boy set out from his home in the 17th Ward and skulked on over to the Garden District with revenge thumping in his chest. His family had been wronged by some rich folk landlord types who were scheming to get Charlie Boy and his family evicted for no good reason at all. Now, Charlie Boy knew there wasn't much he could do, being just a 12-year-old beanpole. But he was not about to sit idly by and let old money greed ruin his family without land.
Now is not the time to be selfish. Now is the time.
Who's sneaking around? This should be fun. When I find
Scanning the area.
You think it's wise to be wandering around?
Wanderers. What a waste. Get out of my face!
Whoa! Brain it!
Don't hang around too long. Heard something. Let's take...
That's why they're shooting it.
May Benoit has the waterfall key. Find her. Get it. No reserve without it, understand? Mama's through fucking around with this. Snag Umbra if you have to. And use the fucking brat as trade bait. This must happen. Going to have to expand this list otherwise. Georgia.
Something's close. Scanning the area. Don't hang around
Yeah,
too
right
long.
I smell something rotten. Listen here. You find somewhere else to be.
What was that?
I don't even like the way you walk.
You think it's wise to be wandering around?
Shit. Something's close.
Track of them all. Let's begin with the most unlikely. Mama is a ghost. She has never existed. Mama is a fabrication created by those truly at the cruel heart of the Tower Collective to serve as a symbol under which to unify their impressionable masses. Next, we have Mama is dead. Followed closely by She is deathly ill. Then, of course, one of my personal favorites, Mama is afraid of her people. So she hides, knowing that the Tower's time as the dominant voice of NOLA is drawing to a close. Its collapse imminent once the blindly obedient finally realize there is so much more for them beyond the oppressive wall. Now, I must admit, I have never laid eyes on Mama myself. My time on their side of the wall was brief as a mayfly. The Tower's ways do not reward those who believe in the power of autonomous thought. But whatever you believe, there is an undeniable truth. The Tower is in decline. Their philosophy, their lack of vision, and their cruelty have ensured their own doom. Has Mama seen it already? The end? Surely someone of her acumen can right the ship, set the Tower back on a benevolent course. And yet it appears that Mama has abandoned her flock. Why has she chosen to withdraw when the Tower is so desperately in need of strong leadership? Isn't it obvious, New Orleans? Mama knows she's already lost. She knows that we, the Reclaimed, have set hearts and minds aflame with new possibilities. She knows that she can no longer compete. She knows the time has come to let go. Nothing more than an expendable cog in their ever-grinding machine. Wouldn't it be wiser to embrace a philosophy that embraces the humanity that seethes inside each and every one of you? Mama is done with you. Those loyal to her and her broken ideologies will find any excuse to dispose of you. Take control of your own destiny, my friend. Find your way to the Reclaimed. We believe in you. We cannot be afraid to ignite our passions, even in the midst of the nightmare. No. It is precisely then, when the nightmare's claws are digging into the thin flesh of our fading hope, that we must defy the nightmare and live. Truly live. And make no mistake, mere survival is not living. Scrounging for crumbs like a timid field mouse, begging some simpleton who bumbled her way into the role of heartless dictator for guidance. Not me. I choose to embrace everything that makes me human. I choose to carve my own way through this new world. I am not a lowly animal. I should not be acting like one. Humor me for a moment while I recount an old Bayou legend. Many of you listening will no doubt recall the campfire tale of Charlie Boy, who met his end at the hands of the Sukiyomi.
Casey the tourist.
What are
Are you there?
beasts? What flickers in the mind's
Hello?
eye when you hear the
Casey
word?
tourist?
I would wager that most of you visualize the dead that now
You
walk
with me?
among us.
Come in.
Those vacant eyes, clouded over. Those devouring
damn
mouths,
it.
always slack. And the smell.
Hey, you there? Hello? It's Casey. If you're there, please answer. I've got a situation. Please.
I can hear you. What is it?
Yeah, I got spooked the other day. The crash rattled me. I'm sorry. It's just... I don't know who to trust. There's not many decent options out there, but I'm getting desperate, so, I need to take a chance on you. What do you think? Can you help me out? Please?
You've got my attention.
I've been hearing things from the tower radio chatter. They found something, and I need it. Bad. Problem is, I have no way to get my hands on it without help, without you. Now, I'm willing to give up what I know about the reserve in exchange. Does that sound fair?
What do you need?
A pump flow regulator. A tower patrol founded by Memorial Lane in the Garden District. It's just another useless piece of junk to them. The problem is there's a potential showdown brewing over there between the patrol and a reclaimed camp. It could get bloody. Quickly.
What else? I like to be fully informed before putting my ass on the line.
Fair enough. What do you want to know?
What's the area like?
The Garden District was one of the wealthiest areas of the city, so, no surprise it avoided most of the flood damage. The folks hit hardest by the flood picked it as a spot for a memorial to victims. And 2 weeks later, when the dead started walking, the whole city was a damn memorial.
Why are they fighting?
Resources, territory, two opposed ways of thinking, butting heads. I mean, from everything I've been hearing on the radio the last couple of months, the bad blood just keeps getting worse. Look, I'm staying out of it, but I can feed you more details if you want.
How do they operate? What do they believe in?
The tower is disciplined and committed to community. Everyone has to contribute to the cause. They must be doing something right. I've heard they have close to 1,000 people inside their walls. Tower folks are fiercely loyal to their way of life. Maybe even to a fault. A bunch of loose cannons in the reclaimed. It's hard to know what they're up to most of the time. Their tactics are all about surprise and intimidation. Guerrilla warfare mentality. And they love creeping the tower people out. Weird rituals and stuff. They seem less interested in control and more into sending a message.
Who's running the show for each faction?
Mama leads the tower. She founded the community. I don't know much else about her. She stays out of sight. Her right hand, her enforcer, is Georgia. Now, she's out there on the front lines daily. And from what I hear, she's a hard ass. Not afraid to mix it up. Get her hands dirty, The reclaimed rally around this guy named JB. And no clue what it stands for. He's always proselytizing over the airwaves. Frequency 54. Denouncing the tower. Saying they're already dead. He freaks me out a bit, but there's no denying he has charisma.
What's your take on all this?
If the fighting keeps up, this city's gonna explode into an all-out war. The tower maintains some sort of order, right? I mean, they offer some sort of semblance of safety, sure, but they don't hesitate to toss people out if they question authority. Once the tower kicks your ass out, there's no return. It seems cruel, but I don't know. Maybe that's the way it has to be. The reclaimed are eccentric, let's put it that way. But JB really knows how to motivate, get people to buy into his vision. Maybe they're crazy, maybe they're onto something, I don't know, who knows. They are inspired, though, always going on about the liberation to live, not just blindly following orders to barely survive. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're both a bit fucked in the head.
What's your take on all this?
If the reclaimed are...
I've heard enough info on the conflict.
Okay, Sorry, I know I can ramble sometimes.
I'm ready to do this.
The pump regulator is a piece of industrial equipment about the size of a coffee maker. Pipes, switches, knobs, you'll know it when you see it. Now, the Tower Patrol has it at their camp, Red House on Memorial Lane. And remember, reclaimed are nearby, so you might get caught in the middle of a scrap between them. Now, once you have it in hand, hustle back to the radio and contact me. Time is not on my side. If you pull this off, I'll spill everything I know about the reserve. You have my word.
What are beasts? What flickers in the mind's eye when you hear the word?